Warning: the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of either the host or guest. Nothing is a one-size-fits-all. Always read and follow your local hunting and fishing guidelines. May contain coarse language. And we're recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever Game Trails Outdoor podcast. I am your host, Dan Tykerobe. Thanks for taking time and stopping by my channel today. I appreciate it. If you're here for the first time or you're not subscribed, I appreciate you stopping by. It feels like a whole different experience recording yourself. It's going to be some learning curves, and if you guys have any comments or tips or anything like that, or even just stuff you'd like to see or any feedback whatsoever, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'll comment, and I appreciate all of the feedback. Thinking about starting this channel, I talked to a few people and kind of asked their opinions. Okay, well, what are people actually looking for? I know there's a million podcasts out there, and they're all a little bit different. You got guys that are geared, do these, paid hunters, so to speak. And you got a lot of land management, and I thought it'd be interesting. There's no one that's really doing this in my region. I'm from the center of Canada, from southern Manitoba, originally born and raised in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area. So moved here about 12 years ago with my family. Dad sold everything back home, and he had a sister out here. Decided, they're going to make this home. And I've been loving every minute of it. Haven't even looked back, especially from a hunting background. Here we have such a rich, here in Manitoba, there's such a rich and variety of wildlife, and from fishing to hunting, everything from black bears to northern Manitoba. We have polar bears to turkeys, and then all the fish in between. So it's just kind of a hunter's paradise out here, and I just absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm going to talk all about myself, but a little bit of history. A little bit of, I should say, information on me. I am a father and husband. I have a beautiful wife and 4 boys, oldest one being 8, so takes up some time. I have a wonderful wife that takes care of them and gives me time to be able to do things like this, so greatly appreciate them. And that's something too. I was thinking about this whole podcast thing, and there's so much information on there. I'm young. I don't have a ton of life experience, but I have been hunting since I was legally able to in Pennsylvania, off and on. And I thought, well, if I can spread this information and even, share it to someone that's actually listening and wants to learn, that's all I really want from this. I am by far not an expert when it comes to everything outdoors. But one thing I'm good at, for anyone that knows me, is talking. So I figured, I might as well do this, and yeah, see what information I can glean and what I can learn from others. This is as much about helping others as it is for me learning from the people around me. I talked to a few guys. I have a few podcasts lined up. Some pretty awesome guys, actually, that are willing to come on, talk a little bit about their experiences. And of course, some of them have been doing this for a really long time. Some of them not so much. But yeah, if we can all learn from it together, then I think it was a success. Vision for the channel, what you're going to kind of find on the channel here is mostly outdoor related things. I'm sure a lot of it will be geared towards, a lot of it is geared towards hunting, which is primarily how I fill my time is with hunting. I'm an avid outdoorsman, and I absolutely love hunting. But it's not going to be just limited to hunting. I'm going to have some guys on some fishing knowledge and fishing. I want to go into the conservation side, kind of explore all those kind of options of the outdoors, in a theme of being able to glean knowledge and information from these people, whether it's fishing or conservation or hunting, of course, as well. So yeah, we're gonna look forward to that. Those will be coming up here in the next little while. I'm not totally sure what the posting schedule is going to look like. Again, it's going to be kind of vary a little bit, being that I am in the industry, or being that I want to have people in that are in the industry as well. Sometimes timelines and all that stuff doesn't work out the best, but we are going to start by recording some episodes and hopefully get them out there in a pretty regular method, so you guys know when to tune in. And of course, if you're subscribed, you would know anyway. But yeah, as far as that goes, I'm only on YouTube right now. I am going to be going on to Spotify and some other things, but I just kind of want to get my toes wet here and upload to YouTube for now, and use that as kind of a platform to be able to bring these people on. I'm not sure if they'll all just be audio or if there will be some video as well. I don't know exactly what that future looks, but for now we're just going to focus on audio and yeah, always improving, always going to try to find ways to improve. And like I mentioned earlier, if you do have any feedback, feel free to comment and let me know. Um, in the description of the channel there's an email address as well. You can always send me an email if you want to get a hold of me directly, but I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, yeah, so just thinking here about this first podcast coming on, I think the first guy that I want to have on is someone that's a friend of mine, I've talked to over the last little while. He's a guide out here in Manitoba hunting black bears, especially because that's kind of what my focus is on right now with our season being right around the corner. Well, actually, it's open now. So yeah, kind of see what that's going, check in with him before he heads back up to camp, and kind of get some insight on him, and maybe we'll have to follow up with him after and see kind of how that looks for him. But picking his brain, so to speak. This guy's a black bear serial killer, so that's going to be our first podcast. I'm really looking forward to that. Been doing some things here on my own, trying to get ready. I actually don't even have baits out yet, but that being said, I mean, the spot where I'm getting in has pretty much been inaccessible. We've had so much snow. We finally now, I feel like this week we got rid of all the snow, which normally cattle's going out to pasture in May long, and this year we barely have any growth at all yet because of the amount of water we had, and most of it out here is actually in a state of emergency. It's in lockdown because of the amount of flooding. It's just crazy. The rivers are over the bank, and overland flooding. We got it so flat, right? So we got put a little bit of hold on the bear baiting season, but I'm excited to get out there and hopefully get them out this week and see if we can't get ourselves a good old southern Manitoba bear. I think one of the things that's going to be super interesting is having these different people on from different regions, even different parts of Manitoba, and how how hunting looks in even different parts of this province, and much less everywhere else. I'm just excited to see. Like I mentioned, I'm from Pennsylvania originally, and hunting there, especially talking about whitetails and black bears, which I don't have experience hunting black bears out there, but from friends that hunt and stuff that I've read, it's just such a different animal when you go to these different regions and stuff. And I'm excited to see how all of that plays together and kind of figure out you know why do we do the things that we do, and why do we hunt the way that we hunt. And I think I'm also very interested in seeing people's background when it comes to hunting, especially out here, because in Pennsylvania we have, I would say, probably the richest hunting culture in North America. I mean, everywhere you go out there, you go north, and there's camps that have been there for 80 years plus, and these guys are still going to these camps. It's a lot less than it used to be going to a hunting camp for the weekend, but I think that's just kind of the opening day weekend. But I feel like that's just kind of a difference in culture, because now everyone's so secretive and everything's so mystical, and no one really wants to share that much information. I feel like it's starting to change, but yeah, we have a very deep hunting culture there, and versus out here where you have way less sparsely populated areas. I mean, I know Manitoba has they sold less tickets than there are hunters in Pennsylvania, in a province that you can fit six of Pennsylvania. You can fit Pennsylvania size 6 times. So the pressure here is a whole lot less, and the amount of running into people and just the opinions and the outlook on people. I talk to people out here who talk about the hunting pressure and these crown lands and public places, and it makes me chuckle because you should see the Orange Army back in Pennsylvania. So I'm really excited to see kind of how that translates into why people hunt, and what the reason is why we actually do this. All that being said, I appreciate you guys stopping by and just watching this little blurb. I just wanted to pop on here before we start uploading posts, just kind of talking a little bit about, the plan and the goal, and kind of what we are at Game Trail Outdoors. I'm sure we'll have guests on. I'm also want to incorporate, some of my family is going to come through as well. And a couple guys that are not necessarily guides or whatever, but they have a lot of experience and they kill booners and been hunting a long time. So have them on and kind of talk about that and their hunting career and kind of the area as a whole. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully we can all get through all this together, and can bring you lots of great guests and information. And like I said, always feel free to reach out, leave comments, good or bad, I don't care. Leave them down below, and we'll read them and see how we can improve on all this good stuff. I'm hoping for the first podcast here to drop in probably a week or so from my upload of this video going up. Hopefully, yeah, it'll be within that week or so. I'll have the next one up, And then from there, we'll just see if we can snowball this thing. As many guests as you'd like to have on. If you have any ideas of people, can't make any guarantees that I'll get them on, but feel free to leave them in the comment section as well. And we will try our best to have on all different tastes and different walks of life. I appreciate all the feedback, and yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks for stopping by Game Trail Outdoors. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Here we go.